Let's get out to Phoenix where we got two young teams trying to find their way. My buddy, wherever he goes, you know the rest. And right now, he's known to be a shooter, but he can take it to the hoop, dunk, and finish with the best of them. And when you have a guy with this speed, Foxy, makes it that much more easy to play on the break.
I mean, Fox is playing great basketball. He's been a leader. And not only is he being a leader, he's been an inspirational leader with his play.
Wow, inspirational leader. I would say Jamal Crawford has been that for a lot of guys in this league.
Time.
A lot of young guys and a lot of guys off the bench. And how about the block right there by Kylie Stein, starting the break, and you got to find my buddy. Oh, you let him get a dribble behind that three-point line.
He's shooting it really well during this stretch right there.
One of the best shooters in the game. And Phoenix giving the Kings a dose of their own medicine. And what is that medicine? Speed. Look right there as Melton lays it in, getting the putback. And speaking of putbacks, Kelly Oubre tonight ties a career high of 26 points. None better than those two right there.
Block out. Block out.
Box outs are illegal. Bam. Put a body on it.
He finishes strong inside. How about this, though? The Suns were down 21. They came back and won. They did it as a team effort. 7 players scored in double figures. One of my favorite segments, At the Buzzer. And let's start off with the Wiggins tweet. Said, "You've been with me since my first season. You deserve this moment. Congratulations, Coach." Of course, he's talking about Coach Ryan Saunders, who had his first win. And how about this, Karl Anthony Towns? This one was for Flip. He's the son of Flip Saunders, and we know Flip is smiling down, very proud of his son. Even assistant coaches in there getting hyped.
And he's throwing water on him. I like it.
Yeah, and you know what? Here on Players Only, we caught up with Coach after his first win.
Well, Ryan, Kevin McHale here at the Players Only desk, and I just want to be the first one to say congratulations. I'm really happy for you. That was a hell of a win. And tell me, whatever speech you gave the Wiggins before the game, you need to put that in a capsule and keep that. That guy played great for you tonight.
No, we're just keeping that between me and Wade. He was unbelievable though, and you know, give him a ton of credit for you know, just these 2 days have been you know, a difficult 2 days, but he's been great, just staying into everything.
You know, Ryan, Chris Webber here, and I know that right now your father is so proud of you. I know that this is something that wasn't just given to you, but that you've worked and you've earned it. And you talked so much already about kind of the nerves, and now that the nerves are over from that first game, tell me a little bit how you felt at a couple moments when Cat got his 4th foul, when your point guard T gets ejected. Did you know you were going to have such a night? To Coach, and truthfully, how does it just feel after getting your first win with the team?
Yeah. No, you know, I was just saying I could have never envisioned a first game, you know, first time being a head coach in the NBA in a game like this, and especially down in Oklahoma City. They have great fans down here, and obviously there were some things that, you know, we wish went the other way for us, but that's the game. And now that it's over, and now that we put one in the left column, I'll be able to tell a great story for a long time.
You've been preparing for this moment a long time, and I just want to know, what was the first play you called, and was it 4-5-2 twist?
All right, yeah. So technically, and Matt can tell you that was 5-52 twist.
Because there we go.
Because and Chris, I'm pretty sure he's ran that for you.
No, I said I called before the game. I said you're going to run 252 twists. And how's he calling the play outside?
Hey, yeah, you know what? That was one of those things. I only told my mother actually before the game. You know, hey, I had an idea that it might, you know, we might be able to get something off of it, but you know, I didn't know if it was necessarily gonna work out. But I said I had to, just in an ode to him, I'd feel good about myself if I ran his favorite play, first play of the game.
Awesome.
I called it right away, Rhino, when you ran the play. I said, "Oh, there goes Flipper."
Yep.
Hey, I want to ask you a question. Now, I know you haven't slept the last 2 nights because, you know, there's so many things going on and you're taking over and it's just, you know, all kinds of stuff. How good are you going to sleep tonight when you get in that bed?
I think I'm going to sleep a lot better. I'm going to sleep on that plane. I just got to change out of these wet clothes.
I'm happy for you, man. Congratulations, bud.
And Ryan, what we're looking at right now is a video of your team. You should be able to see it. Your team congratulates you, and hopefully this makes you feel good just because these guys are surrounded you. Look at that. Rose didn't even play tonight. Get off that ankle. He's going to hurt his ankle trying to hug you over there.
Yeah,
But
we need him. We need him.
That
We
must
need
make
him.
you feel good to see your guys not only follow your leadership during the game, but be so supportive after.
Yeah, no, it definitely does, and I really, truly do love these guys, and I've been, around Andrew since he was a teenager, Carl since he's a teenager, and that's strange to say, but I do have a lot of love for these guys, so it's really special to share this with them.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're so proud and happy for you. Of course, your man K-Mac, he's been beaming all night. We've been giving you applause. But
Thanks,
tell
Kev.
the most important people in this whole situation. We saw the interview before the game. It was your wife and your mom. Just make sure you give them a hug from us, because we're happy for them.
I
Because
will.
now they can sleep well as well, because I know they got your back
Yeah.
in this.
Oh yeah. No, they've been unbelievable, and I've had great support through a lot of friends and just people in general. So I appreciate that.
Thank you so much, and congratulations
guys.
again on your first win.
Continued
Thanks,
success,
fellas.
Rhino.
Will do. Appreciate you guys.
All right.
Go Gophers.
He didn't have to say go Gophers, forget that. Anyway, Zeke, you remember your first game as a coach?
Yeah, I do. Actually, it was against Yao Ming in the Houston Rockets. I was with the Indiana Pacers.
You win?
Yes, we won.
We won. Yes, we did. And I was happy for Ryan, really happy.
Yeah. Congratulations, Ryan.
At this point, as we stand here, do you sort of have your rotation and guys and ins and out figured out, or do you feel like you'll feel the game out as it goes and decide along the way?
Yeah, I have a framework would like to see happen, but obviously things happen throughout a game, and fouls, things like that. So I'll be feeling it out as well.
Are there some butterflies going on inside you right now?
Yeah, I'd be lying if I said there weren't. I think that's only natural, but I feel very comfortable with this group of coaches and this group of players too. So I feel good.
Is there someone that, whether it's another coach or a player, or even someone in your family that you really leaned on in the last 24 hours, just kind of keep your head straight?
Yeah, I've leaned on a lot of people. When I have taken phone calls and have taken breaks from trying to get ready for tonight. But obviously mother, wife, and then I got some coaching friends around the league, and then also guys in the locker room have been great.
Ryan, this is a tough question. He knows where his bread is buttered, the mother and the wife. That's right. Make sure you get them the shot off first. That's Ryan right there, Ryan Saunders, and he's 32 years old. He's younger than 42 players in the NBA, including 3 on his own team when you talk about Dang, Taj Gibson, and Anthony Tolliver. He looked a little nervous there, but you love the fact that, he knows his team, and this is a moment that he's been dreaming about a lifetime. You have to remember that as well. And I'm sure with the group of coaches and the people that he has around him that, this is the start of something good, because as a head coach, you want to make sure that you have a long tenure and it's not just about this time with them. Any last second advice that you would give him besides those last 35 seconds of the game, K-Mac?
You know what? Be flexible, because I think when you first start coaching, sometimes you have an idea in your head what's going to happen, and man, your best player gets ejected by arguing with the referee in the first 3 minutes. You go like, things are going to change. You got to be flexible. Every game is different, and I knew that as a player, and I had to put my player's hat back on. Like every game's going to be different. As a player, every game is different. As a coach, every game is different, and guys get hot and stuff. And when when I look at that, I just can't help but think of how proud Flip would have been.
Yes.
And Flip is of his son right now, coaching this team and stuff like that. I just known Ryan since he was just a little baby. And boy, his dad would just be his dad's absolutely beaming right now. And so it's pretty cool. But when he said butterflies, you got all kinds of butterflies.
I tell you what, Flip Saunders was my coach, and I think just in honor of his dad, he should call it 252 twist. Everybody in the league that played, no, that's you dribble to one side, bring the guy back over in front of him. Vlade, way to switch on that play. Vlade always had my back. And Zeke, as he's getting ready for Westbrook and PG-13 and one of the best defensive teams in this league, does that even throw more of a wrinkle into it, or just because it's your first NBA game, it doesn't matter who?
No, I think he's going to be well prepared for that, because, as an assistant coach, this could have been his scout team.
That's right.
So,
yeah.
So he probably understands everything that, the opponents that OKC is going to be doing, the player tendencies and all of that. He's well versed in that. I think the most difficult thing for him tonight will be finding his coach's voice. When he says he's got butterflies, the most intimidating thing that a lot of young coaches will find is when they stand up in front of that locker room, when they stand in front of those players in that locker room, and those 12 to 15 guys are sitting in front of them, and they're all looking at you, right? And that voice comes out, that voice of nervousness or hesitancy. If that voice comes out, then all the players are like,
Oh, yeah. No, I've seen some veterans do that. You're like,
So you know that he got to find his coach's voice. He's got to find his we here to win it. We gonna do it, so forth and so on. Because then they'll have belief. But if there's any crack or if there's any shake on the board,
hopefully being at home for him will give the energy to the players where they'll go out. And you know how that one player is always inspired. And speaking of being inspired,
Elvis.
give that man a peanut butter and banana sandwich ASAP. That's
I knew he was alive.
You knew, you know, he's probably with Tupac hanging out after the game.
What's up, basketball fans? It's your boy 3D. We're back for another edition of Shooter's Paradise. But this time we're going to take you a little deep on preparation before the game. Now, obviously, you know who this guy is, MVP, Mr. Steph Curry himself.
Yes, sir.
Steph, people don't understand that you just don't wake up and just start jacking up shots. There is a method to your madness. So what is the first thing you try to do to find your rhythm?
First thing I do is start in the paint, and I do a bunch of just crazy flip shots. It helps me just get a feel for the ball, get my body warmed up, and your hand-eye coordination in terms of your finesse game and that touch, which is key for me to be able to shoot the way that I do. I try to start in close, see the ball go in, try different angles, and then work my way out from there.
For us real shooters, explain how you have to start in close and work your way out.
You get to see the ball go in and build your confidence up early. And it's also just a touch thing. Starting in close, you can really feel the ball in your hands, you get your rhythm going, and then you work your way out from there. I treat 5 spots around the court, and try to just get every possible shot that I would probably take in a game. A lot of them are more just stationary, catch and shoot, kind of your normal basic fundamentals, working on your mechanics. But then you got to test your creativity a little bit. And obviously, simulating a game where every possession you don't know what the move's going to be, but you got to be able to react to the defender, take what they're giving you, make a play. So just feeling that ball transfer from hand to hand, simulating the defender trying to swipe at it and stuff, and then getting balanced and knocking down the shot. So it's a balance between the creative part of my game and the fundamentals and good mechanics that every great shooter kind of taps into.
How much fun is it for you, though, that when you have that freedom, when you can give the ball to KD or Iggy or Draymond, and you just can run all over the floor?
Back from when I was even playing in high school, I was playing for traditional point guards, had the ball in my hands a lot. When I got to college, I was playing off the ball a lot, so I got to work on both parts of it. So I feel like, being able to shoot off the dribble or catch and shoot, or be able to give it up and sprint miles around the court, make my defender chase me, but still be in balance and knock down shots is a big part of my game.
And so in the fourth quarter, are you taking what the defense gives you, or are you taking what the team needs to win the ball game?
That's where the full skill set that you got in the arsenal comes out, because you got to get it all sorts of ways, whether it's driving to the basket and finishing, mid-range, off the dribble, or if you got to take a dagger 3, you got to be ready for all those. There aren't many weaknesses, and that's the part where all that work that you put in pays off.
How did the tunnel shot come about? And we as shooters want to understand, if you make that shot, does it make you think I'm going to have a good game, or does it not affect you at all?
I feel better walking into the locker room after a make. But I've had some of my best games when I've missed the shot, too. So it started probably my second year in the league, where I had a bet with one of our front office guys, and he was just looking at the time, like, I bet you can't make it from there. At the time, I had seen Monte Ellis make it a couple of times, so I can make it, and try it. And we started to just keep tally every game, how many times I made versus missed, and at the end of the year, we tally it up and see who won. And it just evolved from there with the usher, who throws me the ball.
You make the pass every time? Curtis
passed me the ball every time, so we got a nice little chemistry.
The billion-dollar question. With the new arena, how will the tunnel shot affect your preparation for a game?
I have no idea. It's a tough question, because for 10 years I've been accustomed to my routine, shooting the tunnel shot right before I go back to the locker room. So I'll get a lay of the land when we get to the new Chase Center and really understand how I can dial up my warm-up routine and have some fun with it, but to be determined.
That's right, so check it out. 5, he's tied Jason Terry. What up, Jet? 6, he's in number 3 all by himself. I know Reggie, Miller, and Ray. Don't get me wrong, Steph to me is the best shooter of all time. But I know Reggie and Ray are going, I wish I could shoot 15, 24, 33s in my time. Because it seemed like Reggie only got to shoot like 5 or 6, maybe at the most.
Without being held.
Yeah.
I mean,
on the fast break.
Yeah,
1 on 5.
Here's the key, I'll tell you right now. Because they were telling me the story when Larry Brown went to Indiana. Larry Brown did not want Reggie shooting threes in the break.
Right.
So Reggie would come down and, Reggie's open, wide open. He's shooting that three. And Larry Brown would sit him down. Like, even in the first quarter, he'd be like, you gotta come sit by me. How different the league is now.
Yeah.
Just think if Reggie had the green light to shoot it in the break with 22 seconds on the shot clock.
If he played for Houston, he'll sit down now for not taking the shot.
Exactly. Yeah.
They definitely do.
So it's changed so much, and you look at that like Steph Curry. Tonight he could pass Jet. He's 5 behind Jet. It's nothing anymore. Like when a guy made 5 threes, think back when we played. If a dude made 5 threes, you were like, 5 threes?
Man. He took 5 threes?
How many do you take to make 5 threes, Nowadays, I don't even look twice if Steph, Steph has a 5 for 12 from the three-point line. It's just, average night.
But I heard Klay Thompson say something last week that I thought was just brilliant, Where he was talking about his shooting slump. And he said, hey, look, if it ain't Larry Bird who's calling me to give me advice, or Ray Allen, or Reggie Miller,
right.
or maybe Steph,
you ain't got
nobody else, you ain't got nothing to say to me.
You're not in this.
You can't get in this conversation. I thought that was brilliant.
You're not in this club. And last week, how about this? I don't know if the stat is still true, but last week we were doing the game there, and Marv told me, and it was so funny, the number 1 3-point shooting percentage in the league is a Curry, but it's not Seth.
Yeah.
It's not Steph. It's Seth. So they had a whole family. And I think, too, if it was in the backyard, a game of 21 on, family reunion, I think the Dad will win the contest.
I'm still going with Dale.
Yeah,
Dale can shoot. But here's the funny thing. I'm looking at the same stat sheet, and I see Curry at the top. And I see Curry like at 5th. I'm thinking, how many Currys are there? His brother was at the top.
He can get twice in there. We're going to break. When we come back, we're coming back with that man from OKC. That's right, Westbrook and his sidekick, PG-13. Players only, baby.